I always snuck that stuff in. Once I went to Penn State, I realized I wanted to do something a little bit more serious. I was an adult, I was away from home, especially growing up in the South, it was really taboo. So I thought, well, here's my chance to, be a little more open about this. So when I went to Pittsburgh for my first year at college, I met some, ghost hunters, and this is before the boom, this is before all the TV shows and everything. And it was a little dysfunctional, to say the least. But I got to learn what I was looking for. And I went and I did some regular ghost hunts. But I began to feel like there was something missing, because I was going into homes with all these people who were crying and saying, I don't have anyone else to turn to, and suddenly people were hugging me, and I was just like, thank you, I didn't know what to do, I was so uncomfortable. And they didn't want to hear, congratulations, your house is haunted, have a good day. They were like, can you get rid of this thing? And I was 18 years old, and I'm like, I don't know how. And I began to realize, okay, there's a lot of people out there. There is true dedication for research out there. There's also a huge other culture of people who are haunted. Whether or not there are supernatural forces out there is kind of irrelevant. The more important thing is that there are people who are scared, who are being tormented by something, and they've been to psychologists and priests and doctors, and they haven't been able to get a resolution. They went there and they all checked out fine. So something was still happening, something was still scaring them, changing them, physiologically, emotionally, spiritually. So that's where, we kind of came in. And that's kind of been, my goal since, the early 2000s was I suddenly went to a shift of, well, I'm going to look for evidence, but I'm also going to try to help these people, because to be honest, if you're only going to rely on evidence to help somebody, then, there's going to be a lot of people who are ultimately going to be screwed. Because, think about even like in the court of law, sometimes they don't have that smoking gun, but they have testimony from very credible people. When someone claims that they're being harassed by a demonic force, if you believe in the theory of the demonic, then these are intelligent beings that have been around since before mankind. So how are you going to trick them into appearing on camera? And so for us, there's testimony, which is really important, and some other things. Then the other thing that you guys will see that you've seen on the show is the use of spirituality and religion. And some people are going, oh, you can't bring religion into ghosts and hauntings. But the problem is, if you already accept the fact that we're trying to help people, but once we say yes, your house is haunted, then what? What's your EMF detector going to do? To fight off the forces of evil, or a ghost, an abusive ghost that is, that was a womanizer in life and is now abusing the women and the children. What is your scientific equipment going to do? And unfortunately, Sergey and Josh haven't developed proton packs yet. So, we've used spirituality. If anyone here knows how to develop it, please let us know. See us after the show.